had a, I don't know, I guess a string of tragedies. We had another one yesterday, not relating fire. Not relating to fire.
Okay, good. Was it what, fire or locust this time?
No, no plagues that or at least no
Oh, I see.
biblical plagues that I'm aware
Mhm.
of. But let me show you. I had to reboot my computer after running Patch Tuesday. I think it was Patch Tuesday. I just had to restart because things were going a little funky. And I'm going to put an image on the screen, and this is what I was greeted with. Can you see that, Paul?
Wow. I I appreciate Windows' ability to surprise me. I have never seen that
So for
message in my life.
our audio friends only, I tried to log in to my desktop account just on Windows 11, and it says something happened and your PIN isn't available. Click to set up your PIN and try again, or whatever. So I posted a video of what actually happens if you click try again, and it tries to open some app, and it says, do you want to search the store? I could not get into my account.
And this is on what computer?
Just my primary Windows 11 the shipping RTM build. So,
I've never seen that.
yeah, nor had I. And I
I
had
feel
to.
like it felt like that's something I should have at least heard of.
Oh, here we are. Surprise, surprise. Now, the other part of the mystery Paul throughout. If you notice, it usually says like first ring daily back here because that's usually what
Yeah,
is on this
yeah, yeah,
TV.
yeah. Hmm.
Well, as you may be aware, when you log into OneDrive, it demands that it automatically syncs your desktop and everything else, and I forgot that, and so
Listen, I feel
yep,
like I own this story. But yeah, anyway, go on. I'm sorry.
I drug the first ring daily icon I had on my desktop to the trash because I'm like, I don't want it on this machine. I need it downstairs. Came in to log in today. I was like, oh yeah, it synced the desktop default out of the box after I had to blow away my machine, and here we are.
Yep, yep, yep.
Anyways, that was
Uh,
my Monday, whatever yesterday was. Yeah, today's Tuesday. That was Monday.
yeah, I've been trying to sound the alarm on that issue, and I feel like I literally, this happens to me occasionally. I sit here in my head and think about something like this, and I think communicating this to people is going to be really difficult because
Hmm.
most people won't understand what I'm even talking about.
Right.
And the steps you have to take to kind of see what's going on aren't difficult, but they're hard to explain in words. Like when you, if
Hmm.
so, rather than showing someone on the screen, which would make a little more sense. Um, but yeah, this is going to be a big problem, and I don't know that it was a big problem going to Windows 11 from with the first version, but it absolutely, unless something changes,
Yep.
it's going to be a huge problem that's going to bite people. And it's also, if you want to get really esoteric on this one, this is one that's very particular to me. But some months ago, you said something like, "I'd give anything to sign into Word and not see that screen with all the
Hmm.
choices." And
Hmm.
I said, "Oh, I can tell you how to do that." And part of the thing that I do every time I set up Word that will not sync between computers, you have to do it manually every time, involves, I don't know, 12 or 15 settings in Word where I go to and I change things. And that's one of them. One of the other ones I do is I have it saved to my computer by default, but not to documents to my desktop. And the reason I
Hmm.
do that is because I use this kind of a scratch space. And when I'm done with an article, I'll push it into OneDrive where it gets archived forever and I probably never see it again. On this computer, if you get like, no, 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 if you're on there's something, it probably happens to insiders, but it
Hmm.
also happens because I'm not an insider anymore. On 22H2, you'll install an update and that OneDrive setting that you were thinking about gets reset. And
Yep.
so I had
Yep.
been saving a bunch of documents to my desktop, which unknown to me was OneDrive slash documents or slash desktop or whatever,
Hmm.
not the desktop folder in my profile. So one day this week, I was like, whatever, I need to work on something. I'm like, where's everything? My desktop files are all gone.
Hmm.
I'm thinking, well, I might have archived it by mistake. I do that. So I go into the archive, it wasn't there, searched my computer for it. I found it in OneDrive. And then I'm like, wait, what? And then I went to OneDrive and OneDrive had put those settings back.
Hmm.
This is a this is a serious problem.
It's yeah.
So I know most people don't. It's hard to. What I just said is probably nonsense to most people, but it's the OneDrive thing is insidious.
Yeah, I do not like desktop sync at all. I turn it off every single time, and I just happen to forget because I was already angry that my Windows 11 install was just blown away, and I lost half a day
Yeah,
of work because of it.
yeah,
Anyways,
yeah.
there we are.
Anyway, yeah. What's today? Tuesday?
Yeah, it's been a week already.
Sure has.
So, trying to think what else is going on. I mean, that I didn't look at much of anything yesterday because I was all paranoid. The first thing I did, like most people, you try to boot into.
Yeah.
I tried to boot into safe mode with networking. Nope, wouldn't work. Tried to do a restore point because it's one of the other options. Like, sure, why not? Nope. Reset this PC did work, but at that point, I was paranoid that something was just goofed up in the
So wait
install.
a minute. I understand the message or the screen that you showed was related to your PIN, right?
Yep.
You couldn't sign in some other way?
Nope. Nope.
Oh,
Could not
that's
get
even
past it.
more. Huh.
Yep. It was fun. It was fun. I tried all sorts of things, searched all sorts like Googling, and everything led back to no. And I don't know. It just happened, Paul.
Oh, it's just the gift that keeps on giving.
Mm-hmm. I figured, whatever. Oh yeah, Android 13 dropped yesterday.
I know, out of the blue, literally,
Yeah.
by the way. I mean, all indications were we were going to see this sometime in September.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I mean, for most phones, it's going to be much later. But
Yeah.
if you have a Pixel,
Ta-da!
yeah, you get it now. I know, just ta-da. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know.
I
It's
know.
like
Well, I've been using it for a month or two, whatever it's been, month. I don't know.
sort of like the anti-Apple, anti-Microsoft way of launching software. It's just like, here you go. It's just like vomit it. And good luck, everybody.
Well, I don't know reliability how Android or Google has done. I mean, I know with Apple, you seem to get a never-ending series of like point updates after every major release. But yeah, I don't recall the last time something like this happened a lot earlier than expected, for sure. We'll see. I'm sure there'll be interim updates and whatever else.
Yeah. There you go. Android 13. And here's the other one. So I'm trying to figure this out. So Paul, you might remember Embrace, Extend, Extinguish from Microsoft, right?
Of course.
Apple gets their own saying. It's something like
Ooh.
deny, destroy, decimate when it comes to ads.
This is okay.
Hear me out.
Right.
Hear me out. There's a report. I think it was Bloomberg said that Apple wanted to like triple their ad revenue from like 4 billion to like 12 billion. So remember, they were all these big staunches like we're privacy, so they're denying like Google and the Facebook.
Yep.
And then they reconfigured their app store to deny them whatever going through it. And now they're coming back and saying, okay, now that you guys can't play there, we're going to destroy
No,
you
we're
by
going to,
owning the
yeah.
advertising market.
Yeah. Apple has a rich history dating back to Steve Jobs of doing this kind of thing where it's people think I'm so anti-Apple, but all I'm doing is observing actual behavior, and so it's like this company denies things and then just does them a few years later, and it's kind of pathological, and it's literally, I think it's the literal definition of a pathological liar. I feel like there's nothing they've said no to, other than maybe touch on a screen that's on a Mac. I mean, that they have not suddenly one day been like, surprise.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It's pathological. I don't know how else to say it. It's and it will be interesting to see how Apple, given their stance on privacy, can reconcile those two sides of the house: the need to make money, which and then the need to be support privacy. And Google has never had a problem with this. Google talks and does the opposite. Apple has always talked and done the right thing. I mean, with regards to privacy. And I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Anyways, that one's been floating around in my brain for.
Well, they also like to control everything on their platforms, right? So
They
it's
do.
like, hey, we don't want any ads on our platform. Well, unless they're ours.
Right.
And there are ads in the App Store already. I mean, that happened a few years ago. Just like any other search results, basically, when you search for something, the first one or two results are sponsored. So I don't know. We'll see.
We will see. I think you could see that becoming. Well, there's many things that could become Apple's undoing, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Yep.
Maybe tomorrow. Probably not.
Probably not.